G'day and welcome to Lone Spelunker. Lone Spelunker is a roguelike cave exploration game, and for the most part it's turn-based, but there are some real-time elements which I'll go into if they come up. The game's been in development since mid-2014, I believe, and was originally intended as an entry to the 7-day roguelike challenge last year. It's currently in closed alpha, and you play it in your browser. There are new spots opening up fairly regularly, and I'll put a link in the description that directs you to the sign-up page. The developer's been very attentive to feedback from the community and has a detailed blog outlining and discussing the game's development, and there's also some discussion happening on Reddit. I'll provide those links below. There are a few aspects of this game that have piqued my interest. One, there's no enemies to worry about. 2, there's no inventory management, and 3, there's no leveling or grinding for stats. The sole aim in this game is to explore and not die in the process. As you explore, you'll find different points of interest or troves, and upon finding these troves, they're saved permanently to your profile, along with some other stats and images. These are the only things you actually get to keep from each playthrough. There are pre-made caves that have challenges and achievements associated with them, but I've chosen a random cave so I don't spoil anything for people who haven't played them. So let's enter into this cave. So you start at the entrance. You can see here there's a rope hanging down, and there's a bat flying there as well. There's a gripping mechanic, which is sort of the core part of this game, which allows me to sort of grip on, in this case, the rope, and climb up to the top there, and you can actually fire ropes from here as well. So if I hit S for shoot, it gives me a little aiming thing, and I can actually shoot one over to there, and then on top of that I can zip line down and sort of move around that way, and then F to just fall from there. So as we search these caves, it is actually quite dangerous. You will die pretty regularly. I'm sort of being a bit cavalier right now. I could die at any moment, so let's just be a bit more careful. What I'm doing is actually gripping and then sort of making my way over once I know what's sort of below. Sometimes you'll see giant chasms sort of open up beneath you, and they'll just swallow you up, and you'll die right at the bottom of it, and no one will care or find you. So I'm just making sure I fall down. So you can fall a little way, like this won't be too far that it'll kill me, but you'd only really start understanding that as you keep sort of playing the game. So what I'm trying to do is actually just explore the cave. I've got my little explored percentage in the top right corner, telling me I've explored only 6% or now 7% of the cave, and discovery 0 of 5. Now they're the troves that I'm talking about, or the points of interest that is sort of the aim of the game, I guess. There's, like I said, there's no real sort of strategy to it, and to be honest, if you're careful enough, you actually won't ever die in this game if you take your time. I have died once by accident, and probably due to that not being much of a challenge, I've created challenges for myself where I actually don't use any of the ropes or anything else except for the ability to grab. The reason why the ability to grab is important is that as I've grabbed onto this, the longer that I don't put my feet down on something that is solid, I start losing my grip strength. And if I try and move when my grip strength's like that, I will just fall straight back down to the ground. And often you'll find there's no way of getting places. So for example, if I wasn't going to use my ropes and pittons, I wouldn't be able to get up to that section in the top left. But because we're not doing that today, let's H, hammer in a python or pitten. I'll just grab onto this so you can see. There it is. And then I'm going to press S from there and shoot a rope. And now we've made ourselves essentially a pathway to get up there. Now, if you're traversing along ropes, your grip strength doesn't go down. It's only if you're sort of grabbing onto the sides of caves and that's it really. But you can't hammer in the pythons into open space either. So this blue part here is open space. So if I click H, say you can only hammer into bare stone, and that basically means it sort of creates a sort of interesting gameplay where you can't actually sort of like easily get places. But that said, even though it's not too hard to get places, that's why I like to try and sort of explore as much of a cave as I can without dying by not using any ropes or pins. And I might actually do another playthrough where I do that. Now, this stuff here is kind of interesting. If you hit C, that's crouch, and you can actually get through these areas. And the brown stuff with the M on it, if you can see the M on the recording, is actually mud, and you can dig through mud. Sometimes mud will cover up sort of passageways, and it's likely that there's a passageway through here somehow. Not always, but sometimes. And see how I've clicked it, which has kind of paused it. I've clicked D for dig, and you can see my suffocation meter sort of slowly rising. So if I sort of hit enter, it'll sort of start playing again, and that suffocation meter will build up. If I don't dig myself out, I'll suffocate and die, basically. And you can actually get caught under massive mudslides, but and that can also sort of be an issue. And let's see if there's anything. So I can just walk into it there and walk back out of it. I'm not seeing anything. This is sort of interesting down here, but it looks like it's possibly it looks like it's possibly a dead end. So if I want to get out of here, I need to dig through that first. I'm back out and standing up again. When you crouch, you actually limit your field of view as well, so crouching sort of makes it a little bit harder to see, which can impact the game, especially if you're sort of crawling around. You can fall down a shaft that you would only fall down if you were crouching, and that can cause you some problems as well. So let's get down to height in here, and let's see if we can zip line down. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so I'll just keep walking around, but I mean, this is basically the game. I haven't found any points of interest yet. I might keep playing until I actually find one, because that's really the main aim of finding the game. And the great thing about when you find points of interest, there's a link to Wikipedia, and there's sort of like an educational aspect to the game. Oh wow, this place is huge. Okay, let's grab onto this and have a look down here. This is quite a large, and remember, all of this is procedurally generated, and ideally what you would normally do is actually hammer in a python here, and then I'll do a rope coming down from it, boom, and then you can kind of safely climb down. I don't think there's any move to actually slide down a rope directly, but if the angle of it's right, you can actually zip line down it like I had shown before. So let's keep on moving down. So yeah, with my sort of challenge, I would normally not be using a rope, and I would be trying to sort of get around the corners and everything, and my grip strength would be running out, and I'd have to keep on waiting and stopping and trying to find little alcoves to work my way down. Wow, this place is absolutely huge. You can fall and save yourself. I'm actually going to try it out now just to see if it works. Oh, it's just doing it straight away. So I'm hitting F and just going down. So let's just keep doing that. And we're all the way down to the bottom now. You can hit a button for your sort of location, I think. There we go, L. So I'm 170 meters down from the entrance. I'm 157 meters below the surface. And it'll tell you, if I hit W, it'll go to a Wikipedia page, and you can find out more information about that sort of stuff. I'll just hit escape and get out of that. But what I'm aiming for right now is just to find something of interest. And I reckon I probably will now that I've traversed down here. So there's water in the game as well. It's not deep enough for me to sort of drown in, but you can actually drown in it. You can also cache oxygen in these areas. So if I want to, I hit sort of capital O, and you can see the O sort of sitting there. And so if I'm underwater, I can actually, and I'm running out of oxygen, I can set those up and pick up the oxygen as I go. I haven't found running out of oxygen really to be that much of a problem. I'll probably end up putting a note on Reddit just to sort of say maybe we need less of it, or something like along those lines, because you can pretty much go through a whole pool and get through it quite easily. Yeah, I'm not sure. Or maybe even tie that aspect to the turn-based, because that's one of the things that is not turn-based. So falling isn't turn-based in a way. You just fall straight down. Oxygen isn't turn-based. It has a sort of meter that sort of bleeds down. When I was suffocating before, that had a timing thing that kept bleeding down until I dug myself out. But let's jump onto the rope here, and then we'll try jumping again. Oh no, I just go up when I do that. That's alright. Let's see if we go across this way and jump. Oh, grabbed onto that instead. This is not looking good. Just a second. Aha! Alright, we're okay. The jump mechanic, I'm still sort of getting used to it. Ooh, here we go. What is this? I need to get a bit closer to it to discover it. Maybe if I jump. No. Let's hammer in Python down here. Let's shoot off a thing here. Let's grab onto the rope. There we go. Smithsonite deposit. Encrusting the wall here is a stunning deposit of a deep green smithsonite. Great faceted crystals cling to the rock face, glittering in your light. Their vibrant green colour scintillatingly beautiful around the stone. +1 discovery. So I can hit W for the Wikipedia article. I won't this time, but if I hit enter, you'll see up in the top right hand corner my discoveries has gone up from 1 out of 5. So there's still 5 more hiding in this cave as we go. So, and that's basically the game. And like, it seems really simple, but there's something really just, I don't know. I keep coming back for more, especially with the challenge of trying to play the game without sort of using any ropes and seeing how far you get. I find that really fun. But if you die, though, it's the end of the game. And you will... It's a roguelike, so there's permadeath. I'll never get to play this cave ever again. So we died from falling in the treasure of... Oh, what's that? Musashi. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. All the links and everything will be down below to what I've been talking about. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See ya.